Classic hip hop records. What other rap record has this many dope MCs on it?
Real live. I had a little technical issue. Didn't know if I was gonna make it.
I'm pulling with my niggas on the wake up show. We kick a little something for the radio. I'm pulling with my niggas on the wake up show. We kick a little something for the radio.
Check it, bust it, tune it up. It's the corrupt novelist, Nas involved in this liveness. Radio wave slaves thrive beside it. Wake up show flow, hip hop's a bomb clock, the bomb spot. Mellow with ganja that makes my eyes turn yellow. See reclined on my leather sofa. However close to 9 p.m. Joe Briggs, King Tech, I could just see him on the 1 and 2 side. I'm running full port, the run 92.3. Number 1 and the slump representing DJs. Sways the host, he police the most. What a collaboration. See, I'm comatose, no more just knowledge, and I'm once more. It's the beat that blesses the street deep in the 9-4.
Drinking decaf coffee
forth in existence. The 92.3 megahertz will exert radio waves.
I'll tell you guys about that.
A phenomenal distance. Electrons are there to slice the cheeks so you can hear some slums in the drug considering will numb your eardrum, kid.
We're gonna talk
it's
about
sleeping like a ladder day.
shaking yourself up.
Go wake you up on
Getting
Saturday.
Right, Lupe.
Good
morning.
Overdosing Joe Quick.
Marlon.
Mixing in them ghost wind. In your sleep, I slap you with the doses of medicine.
I tell you,
so wake up with organizing the brethren. King text Joe Quick's better than your last fix. Severing whackness with sway, the host dose of fat.
All right, my people. That just gets me in the mood. That just gets me in the mood. That's my new anthem. Because I don't get in trouble from Facebook for playing it, first of all. Remember all those songs I was playing? Facebook sent me warning after warning after warning that I was using music that belonged to somebody else. While I see people dancing and doing all kind of stuff to music that's not theirs on social media, I don't know why I get punished. But anyway, we have found our anthem because that's that's the anthem to the Wake Up Show, and this is the Wake Up Real Estate Sales Mastery Success Guru Show. So that music is appropriate. What's up, Justin? Lupe, Justin, everybody's chiming in. I love to see you guys on a Friday morning. I love to see you because it's a good day to reboot and get your thoughts together. I take a day like this. It's gorgeous outside. I take a day like this to take the opportunity to reset all of my meters and make sure that I'm launching into the weekend to get ready for the next week so that I can climb new mountains and scale new skyscrapers in the next 7 days. I reflect on what the last 5 days have brought, 4 or 5 days, Monday through Friday, and then I think about how am I going to stack it and improve on it next week. Welcome, everybody. Good morning. I'm Daron Campbell. I'm your real estate mentor. This is the Road to a Million. Good morning. Glad to see you guys are here bright and early. Everybody's in the freaking mood. You know what? You need to be in the mood. And when we talk about the mood, you see, don't take that lightly. The mood, we talked earlier about state. What state are you in when you jump on the phones? What state are you in when you start prospecting? What state are you in all day during your work day? What is your mood? What state are you in? And how do you get there? Okay, so everything I do, I try to explain to you what the design is. I play that music for you guys. That's the Wake Up Show theme music. I play that music, you guys, because it puts me in a state. Okay, that music puts me in a state. It puts me in a state that gets me in the mood to talk to you guys in my most what I think is my most effective manner. I'm not, my style is different than maybe Tony Robbins, and my style is different than Russell Brunson's, but this is my style. Well, how do I get to my best place for me, for this style, for the Daron Campbell that you guys see in the morning? I play that music that gets me there. So how do you get to your best state? How do you get in your best mood? How do you get in your most productive mode? You got to think about that. These are, you know, people might call you crazy, but if you got triggers that put you in a certain place that gets you to your best you, your best mood, your best attitude, your best disposition, your best selling armor, then do whatever that thing is. And you know what? You make the rules. You make the rules about whatever that is. See, I can't tell you what puts you in state. I can tell you what puts me in state. That. I dance. I'm shaking the camera because I'm dancing so much, right? That puts me in state. That puts me in the mood. That gets me fired up for you guys. So that's my trigger. Before I get into my cold calling mode, before I start calling prospects, before I decide today, I'll tell you guys what's gonna happen today. Today I'm gonna call this list I have that's got 34 billionaires on the list. I'm gonna call them all today. Secret, I'm gonna call them today. And I'm gonna make a proposal to everyone that I get to talk to. Who knows how many I'll get to talk to? I don't know. It's a crapshoot. It's a good list. All the phone numbers are legit. And I'm gonna make a proposal to all these billionaires and or their representatives, right? Yesterday, I had lunch with a billionaire and he told me some stuff. He taught me some things. Man, the way these people think, you gotta elevate your game, ladies and gentlemen, because the way these people think is on a different platform. And that's why we got to go big yesterday, right? We talked about go big. You need to go big. You need to raise your game. I gave you the 5 ingredients yesterday of how to go big and how to make it stick. Didn't I? Didn't we go over that? Okay. So what did I do before I went to that lunch meeting with that billionaire? I played something that put me in a mindset that was like, I was Mr. Sponge yesterday at lunch with this guy. And I asked him, he probably felt like he was being interviewed. He's one of my mentors, but he probably felt like he was being interviewed because I was interrogating this dude. Everything he mentioned, I asked 8 questions about. And then that whole lunch was so funny because I was pelleting this dude with questions. And guess what? Guess what billionaires do? They tell you what they're doing. They tell you what's on their mind. They tell you where they think the future is. They tell you what's going forward. You know why? Because this Daron Campbell sitting across the table from him is no threat. I am no threat to that guy whatsoever. Zero. There is nothing I could do to derail anything this billionaire is doing in his life. So what does he do? He opens the books for me, tells me everything. I asked personal questions. I got all up in his business. I said, how much did you pay for that? I said, how much did you make on that? And what was your strategy on that? What are you going to do about this? And how can I be involved in that? And so all I'm saying is, okay, let's go back to the main point. I got myself in a state. I got myself in a frame of mind before I got to him so that I could pick his brain thoroughly, which I feel like I did. But let's circle all the way back, go all the way back, scroll all the way back. What is it? What is it? What are the triggers that put you in your best state so that you can go big? What are they? You got to think about this, you guys. This is not child's play, and this is not a joke, and this is not something to be taken lightly. What is it that puts you in the mood? Okay, you might have things that put you in the mood for a lot of different things. So, but when you get to business, when you get to money, when you get to success, when you get to the things that you know you need to be doing, oh my God, here we go. This is where the fireworks need to be going off, Marlon. When you know, when it comes to the things that you know you need to be doing, what are the triggers that put you in the state to make you do those things? What are they? Is it a reward at the end of the day? Like, for instance, I might say, Daron, after you call 34 billionaires today, and after you talk to 5 of them, and after you get an appointment with 2 of them, you can reward yourself with a hangout at the pool or on the patio and a glass of wine. I don't know. That's a reward system. So maybe you work best with reward systems. I told you guys a while ago that when I bought my Bentley, that Bentley was a reward for hitting 7 figures by the middle of the year. That's like a carrot. I dangled it in front of myself, and I had to go and accomplish my objectives in order to get the carrot. The carrot was the car was the reward was for accomplishment. It wasn't for effort, and it wasn't for thinking about something great. It was about accomplishing something great. Okay, so let's scroll all the way back. In order to accomplish something great, you have to do the work. Ladies and gentlemen, revelation, fireworks, you got to do the work. You got to do the work. There is no free lunch. The sad thing is most people think somewhere, somehow, a free lunch is about to show up. And I got news for you. It's probably not. Free lunches only exist in public school. So for the rest of us, there is no free lunch. There is no free lunch, ladies and gentlemen. You need to tell yourself that every day. And then you need to do something. You need to play something. You need to reward yourself with something that puts you in the mood to do what? To do the work. What puts you in the mood? What gets you pumped? It's that. Okay, for me, I play some music that moves me, some music that makes me want to move, some music that gets me pumped, and that puts me in the state. That puts me in the state. Okay, and then earlier I mentioned my coffee. This is decaf coffee this week. Let me tell you something else about that. You know what else puts me in the state? You know what else puts me in the mood? Feeling physically good. Hey, Lexi, welcome. Feeling physically good helps me get into the state like that. Okay, so I'll tell you guys about the reason I'm drinking decaf coffee is because I am on a cleanse right now this is day 13 of a raw food, no caffeine, no alcohol cleanse, no sugar, no flour, no caffeine, no alcohol, and only raw meals for 20 days. And the reason I'm doing that is because once in a while, Peaches, what's up, Peaches? Everybody, that's Tanya. She's really Peaches. I don't know where the name Tanya came from. She is Peaches. What's up, Peaches? Listen, what puts you in the state? Okay, so I'm going back to my cleanse I'm doing. This is day 13 of a raw food, no alcohol, no caffeine cleanse. And the reason I do that is not to lose weight. I'm down 9 pounds in 13 days. But the reason I do that is because it makes me feel physically light, limber, agile, sharp, like this, like pow. I wake up like this, pow. I'm not groggy, I'm not dragging, I'm not sluggish. And so every once in a while, I'll try a cleanse, or I'll try a detox, or I'll try a vegetarian diet, or I'll try a juicing regimen. I'll try these things because they put my physicality, in a place where it's easier for me to get into state. It's easier for me to get in the mood. Does that make sense? Okay, the music is an artificial trigger. Bam, play the music, my brain gets funky and ready to go. I could take on anybody. I could go sit in front of that billionaire and I could just go. I can go and go and go. And then if I couple that with a physical regimen, you guys might have seen the video Marlon put together about with the workout that I do with the boxing trainer. And so physically, if I feel strong, or physically if I feel light and unencumbered by food and oh, stop, don't call me now. All right, if I feel physically alert and nimble, that adds to my ability to get into that state. You see, you got to be careful with your food, ladies and gentlemen. I read a book called The Sugar Blues a few years ago, and let me tell you, sugar is the devil. Sugar is terrible. So think about your physicality, because you need to be pumped. You need to be alert. You need to be focused, and be careful about what you stick into your mouth, because you're sticking that into the temple that is your body. And to be at your best, and you can't tell me I'm wrong here, to be at your best, you need to be both physically and mentally on point. And if you're not, then you're not your best you. And if you're not your best you, you cannot perform at your peak. And if you can't perform at your peak, then you're running on 70, 80%, then your probabilities go down. And if you don't have your A game, your probabilities of making the sale or making the deal or closing the deal go down. So you see, you say, Daron, we're supposed to be talking about real estate. We're supposed to be talking about sales. We're supposed to be talking about success. I am. Your physicality, your diet, your mentality are all major contributors or detractors from your success. Do you understand? If you're not at your best, then you can't put your best foot forward. And if you can't put your best foot forward, how are you going to convey all of the messages that you need to convey? Do you understand? How are you going to sit in front of this billionaire like I did yesterday and get everything that you need to be on point? That guy was talking a mile a minute about what he's doing. He's got like 19 things moving forward. Okay, if you're not your best you, then how are you going to absorb what this guy is telling you? How are you going to ascend to those kind of heights when you realize what the movers and the shakers are accomplishing in a day? You get pissed off. I left that lunch meeting pissed off, like I'm not doing enough. This guy is running 8 or 9 businesses. This guy's got 19 projects moving forward. And I'm sitting there going, holy cow, Daron, you're a colossal underachiever. If you're not physically on point, okay? Me and that guy sat there at lunch. This billionaire, okay? Billionaire. We got there at lunch. This guy drank water with lemon. He had a piece of salmon on a salad. Boom, and he was done. And it was this much food, and he ate it. We got an efficient, effective, like crazy informative 52-minute lunch, and boom, back at it. You gotta couple the physical with the mental, with the skill set. Your tools aren't at their sharpest if your brain isn't focused. If you're cloudy up here, you're not your best. If you're sloppy here, you're not your best. If you're eating junk and shoveling poison into your body, you can't be at your best. And I'm gonna tell you something, the people that are out there hitting on all cylinders, they are cognizant of these things. I'm not saying they're perfect. I'm not saying they even eat perfectly. That guy might have had a slice of chocolate cake when he got home. Who cares? The point is, he's cognizant of what he's putting in his body because he knows he needs to be at his best for the rest of the day so that the 19 projects he's got moving forward can continue to move forward. I'm just imploring all of you guys to let's add to our probabilities of succeeding by coupling this work ethic. And I'm helping you sharpen your tools from a work ethic standpoint. But what good is that if we don't package it with the things that make our brain at its best and the things that make our body at their best? And so that's why I tell the story, because once in a while, I try to reboot. So I'm on a 20-day raw food cleanse because I'm trying to reboot and feel my best. So I'm down 9 pounds, and guess what? I feel better without these 9 pounds. It's day 13, so let's see if I can get down another 7 before the cleanse is over next Thursday night. But the fact of the matter is, I feel better physically. I'm waking up like this, pow! Why? No alcohol, no sugar, no flour, no caffeine, no nothing. I'm eating fruits and vegetables and drinking water and decaf coffee, which I've learned to enjoy. Decaf black coffee. Whoa, that sounds nasty. It's not that bad. When there's no sugar in your diet, everything starts tasting sweeter. How about that? Oh, and Lexi, keto is great. Keto is great. That's a great way to eat because you're not eating sugar, you're not eating carbohydrates, you're not eating these things that give you brain fog. So look, I'm not gonna necessarily I'm not endorsing one thing. I love paleo, I love keto. I respect vegetarians and vegans. Right now, basically this cleanse I'm doing is a raw vegan diet, basically. And guess what? there's some amazing things out there you can consume as a raw vegan. You think all you can eat is a piece of fruit or a piece of broccoli. There's really a lot of things out there. Once you commit to it, you start learning. There's a lot of options out there. And so the point is, you got to gauge you. I'm not going to say go paleo and you'll be happy. I'm not going to say that to you. I'm going to say you have to judge you. And you got to decide what it is that contributes to putting you in the best position to succeed. And what does that mean? That means your physical needs to be the best it can be, and your mental needs to be the best it can be, and your skill set needs to be the best it can be. Do you understand? If you package all those things, then you're at your best. God dealt us all a different set of cards. You got to play yours. But if you're not at your best, then you don't even have the ability to play your cards in the best way possible. You see, your cards aren't my cards. My cards aren't that billionaire's cards that I had lunch with yesterday. But it's incumbent upon me to get into my best position so that I can play my cards to the best of my ability. And if I'm not doing that, I'm just kind of spitting in God's face, because he gave me these tools, he gave me these resources, he gave me this brain and this mouth and this body, and it's my job to do the most I can do with it that is possible. And if I don't, then I'm spitting on God, saying, yeah, you gave me these tools, but whatever. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is blasphemy. You want to hear what blasphemy is? That's blasphemy. That's cheating yourself. That, ladies and gentlemen, is an injustice to yourself. It's an injustice to God or the universe or whomever you respect with respect to what's greater than you. And it's an injustice to the people that you should be helping. It should be the people you should be pulling up with you. It's an injustice to them if you're not at your best. So if I talk about diet, sorry, I'm off topic. But know what? You know what? It's not off topic. It's part of success. It's part of success. Your success is incumbent upon you being the best you can be. You being the best you can be is incumbent upon how you treat the temple, your body, how you treat the brain, your education, how you pursue your goals. So you showing up here every morning at 9 a.m. is you giving yourself the time, 25 minutes every day, to sharpen your tools. And if I don't keep helping you do that, then you'll stop watching, and you know what? Then I failed, because my job is to help others. Come on up, let's go. Let's do this together. Let's climb this mountain together. That is my task. I've been charged with that responsibility, ladies and gentlemen. I don't know who decided that it was my responsibility, but it is, okay? And so we have to, exactly, Lexi, you only you make you successful, and only you fail for you. And if you're not at your best, then you're not giving yourself the best opportunity to do the best, okay? And T, you're right. Keto is quick, but you have to consume the fats on keto. So be careful with that. But I'm not prescribing any diet for you. You got to decide what works for you, because listen, somebody once told me the best, they said it's about CRMs, they said about diets. The best one is the one that you'll do, the one that you'll use, the one that you'll stick to. So whatever works for you, you got to decide. If it's something you won't continue to do, then it'll never work for you. A lot of plans work for people. Paleo works as a diet. Keto works as a diet. Vegetarianism works as a diet. Veganism works as a diet. Hey, whatever works for you is fine, but none of them will work if you don't stick with them. None of them will work if you don't do them. So the best plan is the one that you will follow. So you got to decide what that is. And so we're back to state again. We're back to the things that get you prepared to be your best to go forward. This has been a philosophical Friday, huh? Philosophical Friday. I like that. See, I haven't talked much about sales. I haven't talked much about closing, but I like the philosophy kind of thoughts on a Friday, because that's a good way to end the week by thinking, deciding what is your philosophy. And here's one note we'll wrap this up on. Most people are following the crowd. If you can keep on the front of your brain that you are not a follower, you are not a follower. You have to drive your own vehicle. Okay? You have to be the captain of your own life, because as much as we feel like we're in this together thing, you're really running solo, ladies and gentlemen. And don't be a follower of the crowd. If they're all eating, if they're all after dinner eating this big, terrible dessert that you know is not good for you, then don't comply. If you decide, hey, I'm going to go on a fast or a cleanse, and it's been proven that fasting has its place in longevity and health. So if you decide, hey, I'm going to fast for 48 hours and not consume anything but water, that's your decision. And don't let the naysayers and the people go, oh, what are you doing? I mean, I'm watching this happen all over the place. I tell people I'm on a 20-day raw food cleanse. They're like, what is that for? What's the point of that? Blah, blah, blah. Listen, you got to do this for you, okay? You got to do this for you. Don't be one of the masses, like this swarm of bees that all do everything together. Stand up, get some balls, be your own person. You know what's good for you. Be your own person. And then other people will follow you and your good example when they see how great you look and they see how much energy you have. You be the example. Don't be a follower. Man, the world wants you to follow. The world wants you to go to McDonald's and eat and supersize your freaking Coke and eat French fries and pump junk into your body. Don't be a follower. Don't have that herd mentality. Society would have you just be a drifting, following, nobody with no opinion and no attitude to be yourself. Be yourself, and you will be the exception. Be the exception, ladies and gentlemen. So what is it that gets you in state? What puts you in your best mood? What makes you your best you? How about we figure that out together? How about you think about that over the weekend? Think about what makes you your best you and start to plug those things in. How about that? That's great. That's a great resolve for a philosophical Friday. How about that, ladies and gentlemen? That's fun. Think about who you are. Think about what your principles are. Think about how you get in your best state. Think about when were you at your very, very best in life, and what did that look like? And what were you doing? And what were you listening to? And what were you eating? And what did you feel like? Let's get back to that. Let's be your best you. That gives you your best chance to win this game. This is the road to $1 million. I'm Daron Campbell. I'm your real estate mentor. I'll see all of you at the top. Make it a great day. Peace.
Not until the break of dawn, put cocaine on my tongue, you got crack, now rock.
Not the cocaine part. Don't do that.
I'm fooling with my niggas on the wake up show. We kick a little something for the radio. I'm fooling with my niggas on the wake up show. We kick a little something for the radio.
Saturday night, get live, set it off right, swing with my peeps, King Tech, your fast fight.
Danisha, you are 100% right.
Blow red sky, it's 9 o'clock.
Good point.
Time for the wake up show.
Thanks, T.
To the breaker, you think I'm a sage on what I say. Take cousin mom's switch sway, my word is born on the scene. Blotting out the mainstream, doing it right with your waist on the mix. Late in the night, still shooting in cause you don't sleep. Moving in your deep 92.3.
It's 9 o'clock PM 92.3.
Lexi, good to see you, man. Stay in touch.
You know who got the props in LA on Saturdays. Check this.
Everybody, don't forget to share this out. Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. Pacific time. Share. Let's grow this crowd. Let's grow this church. All right? Help me. I'll help you.
Fat snares and dirty
Have a
kicks
great
to
day.
get you open. From Watts to Oakland, it's that part, it's that stuff provoking. Spoken, words precise like
Thanks,
a laser.
Garrett.
Crossroads and the wake up show will get your party shaking like a pager on silent mode.
I don't hear the beat.
9 to 12 Saturday nights, fool. Keep the episode. Wake up, show, and you can tell I'm not spitting it in no mumble style, no silent screams, just wedding rings.